Hello and welcome to your daily astrology and tarot horoscope for July 19 and July 20. Just do the whole weekend forecast in one little shoot here. First, let's start with the planet of the day. The planet for Saturday is just like it sounds, Saturn Day. I think that's going to be a little bit misleading this weekend because Saturday actually has some really good transits, a little bit more pleasant things going on in the report. So usually that's a day that I try to do a lot of my chores, like wash the car, go to the laundromat, do those kinds of things. But I think I'll be doing a little bit less of that this Saturday. Sunday is, of course, the day of the sun. So if you've been following along with these videos all week long, you'll kind of notice, Monday's the moon, Tuesday's Mars, Wednesday's Mercury, Thursday's Jupiter, Friday's Venus, and Saturday is Saturn. And Sunday, it all comes up to Sunday. You've aligned with all these energies. You've cleared out your chakras. You've made all this work and intention for the entire week. And Sunday's like your day of, in the Christians they say it's the day of rest or whatever. I guess the Seventh Day Adventists rest on Saturn Day, which was, yeah. But anyway, you instead of making it the day of rest, it's the day of shine. That's what I try to live by anyway. And when my Broncos, the Denver Broncos, are playing, I'm from Denver, living in Los Angeles, so when the Denver Broncos are playing, that's an always fun day for me. But to get into the report, Saturday's looking good, and I'm not looking at my phone. My chart is on my phone. The chart of the day. It's a little bright. You can't see it, but Saturday, like I said, is really pleasant because the moon is going into Taurus. The moon is considered exalted in Taurus. And it's kind of an old-timer belief that, that's just the place that it's really, really primed to be. It's a really natural place for the moon. It's not its own home. It's actually visiting somewhere that it really likes to visit, and that is Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. And to me, this reminds me of the tarot card, like the Queen of Pentacles. It's very beautiful. It's Venetian, but it's giving and benevolent, and it's giving its gifts. It's manifested so much. It just freely gives, and it doesn't care. It's just open to everything, and everyone. And it's just a real peaceful, beautiful energy. So the moon's going into that very grounded Taurus and beautiful energy, and as it's going, it first makes this really pleasant sextile to Venus. So then it's not only in the house of Venus, but it goes in it's not only in the sign that Venus rules, but it makes a quick little touch to Venus and communicates with her in a very pleasant way, and it continues on to then make a sextile to Mercury. So after you get this pleasant, download from Venus, of beauty and just comfort and material abundance, then all of a sudden you go in and you get to the communication planet with Mercury, and your communication's now lightened up a little bit. It's more ethereal and pretty, and all of this is happening while Mercury is trining Neptune. So of all the outer planets to be involved in an aspect, Neptune is probably the more pleasant of all of them, because at least he's drugging you before he takes away what he's going to take away. But it's also spiritual. It's also God. It's also ethereal. It's just very pleasant. It just washes over you. And so when you have Neptune making a sextile to the moon and trining Mercury, which is also sextiling the moon, you're just up for these great spiritual conversation. And this is all around 8 o'clock in the morning. All this stuff is happening and starting to happen. So yeah, it's just a great time to get out with somebody. It would be a great time to hear an enlightened sermon. This Saturday should be church day, if you can, tell the church to go by astrology. But you're just going to be, you're going to have a lot of feel good, and you're going to have a lot of spirituality injected into your Saturday. And honestly, as I go into Sunday, to me, it's a little bit darker energy, because you don't have all of those pleasant hits happening like they're happening on Saturday. You have all the things that have been here all week. You have a sun squaring Mars, which is kind of stressful. Like, you need to be doing what you're doing, and so that's just reminding you to work and push forward, and it's kind of compelling you to push forward in your light energy and your ego energy, and it's kind of getting away from that North Node, so it's less about, it's just kind of just a little bit more stressful. It's kind of like you've had insight on what you should have been doing. Are you doing it? That energy's still there. You have that Saturn in conjunct Uranus that's still there. But now you also have that Saturn that's making a trine to Chiron, which is kind of awkward. So all that energy, we've been bathing in it for a while. The bath was hot when we got in. We've adjusted, but the only thing is Saturday gave us like some cool partners to visit with or hang out in this hot water that we got adjusted to. And Sunday comes in, and it's kind of like now all of a sudden the moon is getting involved. Why? It's making an opposition to Saturn. The moon is in Taurus, opposite of Scorpio, and it's making an exact opposition at like 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. And it's coming into all that like awkward, 16 degree, 17 degree energy in the chart. So, I mean, it's nothing horrible. It's just kind of like Saturday's your ethereal, fun, spiritual, get with a friend, hang out, and later on in the afternoon you should get back to work to kind of make that day a little bit productive. And then Sunday comes and it's like, ugh, you know what you should be working on. You know what you should have been doing for this whole week. We've been going over the transits all week long. You know about the North Node squaring the Sun conjunct the Mars. You already know about all that. It's just kind of it's just waiting for something bigger and better to happen and to open up. And to me, some of this stuff's going to continue to open up as the Sun goes towards conjuncting Jupiter. As that starts to happen, that's when some energy starts lighting up. That's when we're going to get some hints and some good luck and some things that are going to kind of show if we've been working all week this week dealing with this energy that's stopping us. But this is kind of like we've got to just push through, the next couple of days to reach that potential that we've been working toward. So I hope that was helpful. I also have to do the cards for the weekend. I guess I don't know how I'm going to do this. If I'm going to do 2 cards, do I put the card back in and then reshuffle? Try to make this quick. Okay. Or do I just do a spread? I'll just do a spread and pick 2 cards. I'm deciding right now. Okay. So the first card for Saturday is Beyond Illusion. This is the XX. It's a major arcana card in the Osho deck. I believe the 20 card in the regular tarot decks is Judgment. So I love Osho is very clever. To me, this really aligns with the transits that are happening because Judgment has kind of negative connotations to it, and when you go Beyond Illusion, that's the Zen of Osho's deck. It's like it's not judgment, it's no judgment. It's beyond the illusion of judgment, that you're separate from something else. It's a higher vision. It's beyond those illusions. It's transcending, and I think those are the types of relationships. I would definitely hope you can meet with somebody tomorrow and talk philosophically and spiritual. I hope you find some meditation for the morning because it's just going to be a very pleasant morning, and I think you can have wonderful meetings and conversations throughout the day, propelled by that energy. And this Beyond Illusion card only confirms that energy. And the second card for Sunday, this is Sharing. Alright, so we've been working all week. We've been aligning with that North Node, Sun square the North Node, conjunct Mars. That's what this reminds me of because it's the fire. It's the Queen of Fire. And she's sharing, and she's giving her gifts. To me, it is kind of like you need to continue to work hard and bring those gifts to others. Actually that's something that we forget to do sometimes. We're so involved in our own life and our own goals and our own purpose that we forget to share. I know I do all the time. I've sat down and read astrology books for 4 or 5 years, and now I'm finally beginning to share with people. It's kind of strange. I mean, it's the most simple thing to do. It's one of the most important things to do, is to actually take action in our life. We get I'm a very airy and earthy person, and I get my head in the clouds, and I get into concepts really easy. And so sharing is just a reminder to take the gifts that you've been working for all week and bring it to those that you love and care about, and people you don't know. Just be open-hearted, just like you're like the Queen of Fire. So I hope you enjoyed the video. My website's nicholasdewart.com. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you have any suggestions or feedback or anything you want to know about, yeah, feel free to contact me. Thanks. Have a great weekend.